Hi everybody, it's Linda Brown here. Welcome to my kitchen. I'm really excited to be able to share with you some back to school tips for both grown-ups and kids. I don't even want to think about it. I know there's a wide variety of people in this group, and back to school starts earlier for some people than it does for others. So I know some of my friends in the US start school in August already, and my kids actually don't go back until September 8th. But we need to mentally prepare for this. So I thought I would just give you a few quick tips for how my family gets ready for back to school. So I'm going to give you a few examples and also show you how I get my kids involved with packing their own lunches. I just need to grab a whisk here. I didn't get that out. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is Epicure's pudding, because you can make a batch of pudding ahead of time at the beginning of the week and then portion it out in little containers. And there are 6 servings of pudding that comes out of one package of Epicure's pudding. So what I'm going to do is cut the top off of this and put it in my 4-cup prep bowl here. And I didn't grab the milk either, so I'm just going to go grab some milk. So because this is for back to school and it's not pudding we would be eating at home, I'm going to use regular milk. You can use rice milk or coconut milk, but I can't make it with almond milk because there's a nut-free policy at our school, so I'm using it with regular cow's milk today. And then I just take our whisk and I whisk it up. And this will set in less than 5 minutes in the fridge. It sets really, really fast, which is awesome about this pudding. A lot of those pudding cups, I just want to warn you, there are a lot of fillers in them. The processed ones that you get at the grocery store, a lot of them contain tartrazine, which is a yellow dye. It's actually, studies show that that yellow dye contributes to ADHD. With my son, it actually makes him very lethargic. He is not himself when he has yellow dye. So I only serve Epicure pudding to my kids because I know there isn't all of those fillers. Also, those pudding cups, read the label. Sometimes there's 450 plus milligrams of sodium per serving of that pudding. That's a lot of sodium for something that really doesn't need a ton of sodium. So there we go. We've got pudding made ahead. I will let that set in the fridge and then portion it out into the cups like so. They're ready to go, grab and go, so kids can make their own. The other thing that I will make ahead of time as well is sweet dips to go with their fruit if they want to have something to dunk their fruit into. So we've got this awesome chocolate truffle sweet dip. I don't know if you've seen some of the dessert yogurts in the grocery store, but beware, sometimes there's up to 5 or 6 cubes, that's cubes of sugar in one of those dessert puddings or dessert yogurts, which isn't very good for you. Sugar just, I don't know about you, but it makes me a little bit skittish, so it might be doing that to your kids at school too. So this is a very sugar conscious product. There's only 4 grams of sugar per serving of this product, which is the equivalent of 1 cube. So, and this is also organic coconut palm sugar, which has a lower glycemic index than some of the other sugars that are used to make those dessert yogurts at the grocery store. So watch me. I'm going to make this super fast. So I just take a prep bowl. I'm going to put in about half a cup of yogurt here, just to show you how fast you can make it in one of your kids' travel cups for school. And then I take my spice spoon and I put 2 teaspoons of the sweet dip in there. Mix it up. And if you let this sit overnight, it's awesome. So there you go, sweet dip, made at home. Much, much better for you. Can you hear that? There's a very loud plane flying over my house right now. I don't think I've ever heard a plane that loud over my house before. Anyway, all right, so that's pudding, and that is the sweet dip to go with the fruit. What if you totally forget to make lunch? What are you gonna do? I'm gonna show you a meal prep hack that is my saving grace. So we've got these insulated food jars. This one's Spider-Man. Isn't it cute? It's got my kid's label on it and everything. So what you can do at the beginning of your week is take your multi-purpose steamer. Krista, if you're watching, I know this comes in our business kit, and it was like Christmas morning when you got your steamer. I've seen lots of really cool things that you've made in it. So what you can do is actually cook a whole chicken in your steamer in about 20 minutes. It depends on your microwave, and use a meat thermometer just to make sure that it's cooked through. You want, just gotta look at my chart. I've got a conversion chart, a body temperature chart to check my kids' temperatures, but I've also got a conversion chart for cooking meat as well. So chicken, for a whole chicken, you want it to be 82 degrees Celsius or 180 degrees Fahrenheit. Then you know your chicken is done, okay? So I cook a whole chicken in my multi-purpose steamer, in my microwave. This is my microwave right here, and I've got a chicken, and I can use that to make chicken salad and also to make chicken soup. So here's what you can do. So I've already boiled my kettle. So what you want to do is pour a little bit of water in there because you want to dissolve your chicken broth mix. So this is Epicure's chicken broth mix. So a serving of this chicken broth is 85 milligrams of sodium, much, much lower than the alternatives in the grocery store. So just pop that up here so you can see what I'm doing. So you want to put 1.5 teaspoons of chicken broth in there. So I'm just doing that first so it dissolves a little bit before I add the rest of the water. Then what you can do is take some of the chicken from the roast chicken that you made earlier in the week and pop that into your thermos like so. And then if you've got veggies in the house, you can always maybe just dice up some peppers, or you can throw some spinach in there depending on what your kid likes. So just use my paring knife here to dice up some peppers. And you don't have time to cook noodles, so you can just take these rice noodles, pop those in there, and those will hydrate as you add hot water. So then we just fill up the rest of the thermos with water, and you have chicken noodle soup for your kid for lunch that they're gonna love. They can choose even which vegetables go in there, but that's a perfect soup, and everything will be hydrated and still hot by the time lunch comes. So there's a kitchen hack for all of you on those days where you've either forgotten or your child comes home and decides that they no longer like sandwiches, because that can happen. My daughter came home last year and said she no longer liked cheese. What am I supposed to do with that, right? So here's a little hack for you, something different to switch things up. All right, so we'll set that aside. So I want to talk a little bit about the chicken broth because it's enhanced with nutritional yeast, and nutritional yeast is really important for it, or nutritional yeast is high in vitamin B12. and B12 is really important for healthy nerve and blood cells. So Epicure likes to enhance our products with nutritional value whenever we can. And there's also turmeric in our broth, which is a natural anti-inflammatory as well. So this is a superfood. Epicure's chicken broth will make, I believe, I forget how many cups of soup. I've got it here. I gotta find that out. I gotta tell you. It makes 25 cups of soup. So you're gonna get way more volume out of one of these jars than buying one of the Tetra Packs at the grocery store. So just a tip for you. There's really good value in Epicure's products because we don't put any fillers in here. It's all pure product, okay? So now we have decided that we no longer like sandwiches. So what do we do when our child no longer likes sandwiches? Well, this multi-purpose steamer also makes a really great wrap warmer. So I actually put my wraps in here, warm them up for 20 seconds, and then they're nice and malleable so that I can make pinwheels. So take our wrap, I'm gonna put it here on my board, and now I've got about half a cup of softened cream cheese. So I've got 3 seasonings here. I've got the 3 onion dip mix, CCB, which is short for cheese, chives, and bacon, and I've got lemon dilly. So these 3 dip mixes go together in an incredible trio, and there is a recipe. If you go on your consultant's website, the links are going to be posted very soon for the shopping site, but you can also search for recipes on the Epicure websites as well. Search up Extraordinary Cheese Dip. It is a party favorite. I know sports are coming back. People are looking for snacks while they're watching the game. Extraordinary Cheese Dip is a winner. Trust me on that. If you've ever tried it, give us a love or a like. Let us know because it's super popular. So one of the most popular seasonings in that dip is the CCB. So I've got my cream cheese here, and I'm just gonna put 2 teaspoons, heaping I guess, of the CCB in with my cream cheese. And then I'm going to take this 3-in-1 spatula. Honestly, it is so good. It scrapes the jar nice and clean. It's great for those of you who like to bake or decorate cakes. It also works really great as a scooper as well. So I'm just going to use that to kind of mash up my softened cream cheese. And then if you want, you can add some veggies to it as well. So I always have a container in the fridge of chopped vegetables. I do about 3 days worth at a time. Just chop up vegetables that I know everybody in the family will like, and then it's quick grab and go. And this container can also go on the table at supper time, and everybody needs to pick 2 colors. So there's a little tip for you as well. Okay, so we will maybe chop up a little bit of yellow pepper. This knife is called our On Guard ceramic knife, and it's super sharp. It's great because it's black, so it won't stain. And it also comes in our business kits, which is really exciting. So we'll stir up that yellow pepper. Maybe we'll do some cucumber as well. What's great about this knife is that it's ceramic. So when you cut with a metal knife, let's say you're cutting apples or lettuce, they're going to turn brown a little bit faster because there's a chemical reaction between the fruit or the vegetable and the knife. So everything turns brown eventually when exposed to air, but won't turn brown as quickly when you use the Epicure ceramic knife. All right, so I've got my cream cheese spread and I've got my veggies. So then what I do is kind of spread that around on my wrap. So I like to make these the night before and then cut them in the morning. It just gives some time for that cream cheese to set. All right. Then what you do, I'm just going to put the guard back on the knife. Like I said, it's super sharp. Don't want to cut myself on live video. Then what you do is you just wrap it nice and tight. Just like so. And then I just place them in a container in the fridge and cut them up the night before. So another tip for you as well is have some fresh fruit washed, ready to go with your sweet dip that you've already pre-prepared. And kids like to dip their fruit in their pudding as well. Let's be honest, they're kids. I like to do that too. So there's some fresh fruit. So one of the things that I have learned, and you may have seen this on Pinterest, is bento boxes. I've seen them on Amazon, I've seen them at Walmart, but this is a really great way to give your children a little bit more voice when it comes to packing their lunch. So down here, I would probably put the pinwheels and some extra chopped veggies, for example. And this bento box comes with the cutlery as well. I got this one off of Amazon, but I've seen them elsewhere. And then up here you might put your fruit and then maybe a little treat. I posted the Bliss Bar recipe, so maybe you'll make some Bliss Bars, put those in your lunch. Sky's the limit, but give your kids the opportunity to pack their own because it gives them flexibility and they're more likely to eat the lunch that you make when they help pack their bento box. And when you've got some stuff done ahead of time, it's a lot easier to grab and go. I'll be honest with you, the prep that I did for this cooking class, all in, including the roast chicken and chopping the veggies, probably took me about 20 minutes. Tops. And I've got everything that I need to pop into school lunches. So avoid the Lunchables, avoid the highly processed food. First of all, it's not good for brain health because when you have too much sugar, you eventually crash and you go into a fog. So you might get really cranky kids at the end of the day. Sometimes it's because they're having a sugar crash and they don't have the energy that they need to make it through the rest of your day. Also, that highly processed food is bad for your gut, and when your gut flora is off, you are more likely to get sick. And if there's ever a season where we want to be healthy, it's now. We need to have our immune systems as strong as possible. So whether you are sending your kids back to school in September, or you are going to continue on with the distance learning, or if you've made the decision to take on the curriculum and do the teaching yourself with homeschool, Epicure is here to support you. We've got lots of options to help you make quick meals to take the stress off, because that's what we're here for. We are here to serve, we are here to help you with your meal prep and your grocery shopping so that you can save both time and money in the kitchen. That is what Epicure is all about. So I hope you found this back to school cooking class helpful. Next week our theme is salad in a jar, which is awesome for back to school as well. I don't want to make the generalization that kids don't like salad. Lots of kids like salad. Also, there's college students, university students, high school students. They need lunch as well. And if your kids are staying home, it's a really great option to have your salads in a jar ready to go for a quick lunch while you take a break between the schoolwork. So please comment if you are looking for any other meal solutions when it comes to back to school, and we would definitely be more than happy to answer those questions. And thanks for watching tonight. Stay tuned. The shopping links for both Krista and I are coming up very soon. Have a great night, everybody. Bye.